Hi everyone, and welcome to another flight deck sim tutorial. In today's video I'll be demonstrating a sidestep approach in the ZIBO mod 737 in the latest X-Plane 12 beta. So today we're currently holding to the south of Manchester International Airport, that's Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, and we're going to execute ILS 05 right and then sidestep to land on runway 05 left, and that essentially is what the sidestep is. It's an approach where an aircraft is cleared to fly to one runway and then you're cleared to land on the adjacent parallel runway. Now it's not something that flight crew would request, but ATC might clear you to do it. Now sidesteps are great for air traffic control as it helps them increase capacity or prevent unnecessary go-arounds. It also helps increase traffic flow and reduce taxi times. Now all airlines will have specific rules and requirements, and I'll be following my operator's requirements in today's tutorial. So to accept a sidestep approach you need to ensure the following. ATC has requested a sidestep to be flown, daylight VMC, the PAPIs are in sight, you're visual with the landing runway, the landing runway threshold is equal to or further away than the instrument approach being flown, the sidestep must be commenced by 1,000 feet, you must have the landing flap selected, the stabilised approach criteria can be met, and the landing performance has been calculated for the most restrictive runway. Now it's quite a long list to remember, that's why it's quite prudent if you anticipate or could potentially have a sidestep approach, you brief it thoroughly prior to descent. Now when you commence the manoeuvre it's important to remember the following. Firstly, disconnect the autopilot, you then deselect the ILS by detuning it on the pedestal, and then recycle the flight directors, because the flight directors are not going to give you the appropriate guidance for the approach. Now because we're landing on 05 left in Manchester and 05 right is closer to us on the approach, we'll have to anticipate a brief level segment. So when you do level off, remember to add thrust to control airspeed before you then re-intercept the PAPIs for the landing runway and start descending on the correct path. Right, I'll get the aircraft on approach, you can meet me when we start configuring, and then we'll fly the sidestep onto 05 left. Okay, so the aircraft's fully configured to land. Let's just imagine ATC has now said, very sorry, but 05 right is now blocked. If you would like to, you can sidestep onto 05 left, and you can see 05 left is beyond the threshold of 05 right. So we'll accept that clearance, and we've been cleared to land on 05 left. So, firstly, remember what we said, we disconnect the autopilot, disconnect the auto throttle, so disconnect. We can now deselect the ILS, so we'll just detune it here, and we can now recycle the flight directors, and we can now start the sidestep manoeuvre. So let's just have a little bit of a level segment. So as we disconnect, we can, level off and disconnect and level off, we can just add a bit of thrust here to maintain our approach speed. We'll just level off at around 1,400 feet and start tracking towards the other runway. So about 70% at today's gross weight is going to hold the speed quite nicely. So it looks like the PAPIs are coming back in on 05 left. We can see 3 reds, maybe 2 reds, 2 whites. The picture's coming in quite nicely. Once you're back on the PAPIs, you want back to your target attitude, which for flat 30 is 1 degree, and around 57% to maintain your final approach speed. And that's essentially it. That's the sidestep manoeuvre now complete.
1,000.
That's checked as well. Also at my operator, another thing that's worthwhile mentioning is the landing gate. We need to be fully stabilised on the sidestep approach by 300 feet. Obviously it's now impossible to attempt to land on 05 right, so if they cancel the clearance, don't accept a sidestep back onto 05 right, you just fly the missed approach. There we are, looking good, picture's okay. 2 reds, 2 whites, keep to the target attitude of around 1 degree. I have to say the X-Plane 12 beta looks very nice indeed.
500.
That's checked. Bit of a displaced threshold here in Manchester. Just retrim slightly. There we go.
400.
There we are, looking good.
300.
Target thrust is fine. That's checked. A smidge low, so just correct that rate of descent.
200.
Back on the PAP is good. Back on the centre line.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
That's it. Look towards the end of the runway now.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close. Hold the attitude. Very nice. So, speed brakes up. Reverses. Reverses are normal. That's at 82%. 100 knots.
80 knots.
And 60 knots. Reverses are idle. Cancel the order brake. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manchester. Well, that's the end of the Sidestep Approach tutorial. I hope you found that interesting and learned something new, and perhaps you could give that a try when air traffic control clear you on your next virtual flight. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and then subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.